Early morning garden walk. Still have to get the back of the backyard cleaned up, but if you can excuse that, I'll go on a walk looking at the rest of the stuff. I don't know if there's been much of a change since about a week and a half ago when I posted this, but the Swiss chard has started to bolt, so I pulled a piece of that out. Chives are still blooming, and this is basically the parsley bed. It's massive. Then a variety of cabbages and kale. There might be some collards in there. I didn't label it, but it's there. And I put some, oh good, it did come back to life. It's a mix of borage and calendula. I was looking rather dead last night, but I stuck it there. I pulled out a Tiny Tim tomato that just wasn't looking very good, and I stuck the flowers there. Here is an orange oxheart tomato. These are some tiny little jalapeno tomatoes that, I don't know, they just never caught up with the rest of them, so I'll probably find some place to put them because I just can't bear to get rid of them. And then again, this is still the pepper bed. I did buy a mammoth jalapeno yesterday, so I planted that right here. And I bought some salvia and marigolds, some red marigolds that I thought were just really pretty. So I wanted to make sure the garden was full of color when it's alive. And I'm so excited to have my first of Jarski pepper. Jarski, it's a nice, excuse the ash, it's a nice large red pepper that was said to be really good roasted. And I have my first one. So I'm excited about that. And there's a banana pepper over here. So that's nice. My Shasta daisies are finally coming in, I think. They look like they're about to start putting out stems, and should be able to see some flowers soon. Again, here are the red marigolds. They're so pretty. I've never seen red ones before, but they're really pretty. And they're kind of yellow at the bottom. Yeah, they're yellowish on the bottom. They're very, I don't know, I just like them. Okay, anyway. Here's one of the tomato beds. Red cherry tomato, white cherry, oh no, sorry, red currant tomato, white currant tomato. That's a sun gold cherry. That's another red currant tomato. This is this little guy who's still behind everybody else. This is Brandywine Black. Still super puny compared to the neighbor, which is an orange oxheart, which I also have an orange oxheart growing in the pepper bed, and then next to it is a green giant. This guy right here. And then this one is Dr. White's, a large yellow, I'm sorry, yeah, a large yellow tomato. So these three along the ends are my full-size tomatoes. And then in here are my cherry and currant tomatoes. Then over here in the second tomato bed, we've got another little guy. This is another Brandywine Black. So apparently they take a while to catch up, because these are the two smallest tomatoes that I have. And then, of course, another marigold. And this is Green Giant, another Green Giant. So you can see the size difference between the Green Giant and the Brandywine Black. Very small. And next to it right here, this is another Dr. White's yellow tomato. Right here on the end, I believe, are bachelor buttons. I don't know, I've never grown them before. I grew a bunch of flowers and tucked them in, so I don't know. Back here, next to my little tiny guy, this is a mortgage lifter. I received these seeds in a seed swap, so I'm excited this is my rainbow tomato garden. So one of each color. I've got red, pink, green, orange, black, purple. Still don't have a blue or a brown tomato, but that's okay. This is more than enough. I don't even like tomatoes. This is a red beef steak right here, leaning up against the tomato cage. And inside the tomato cage, that's who I've called a mystery. I think that's a Kellogg's breakfast tomato, because I planted 3 of them. 2 of them were marked, 1 wasn't. So I think that's a Kellogg's breakfast tomato, because that is my favorite tomato. Here is, I don't know, I want to say it's probably another Brandywine Black, maybe? I don't know, because it's so small. But I didn't mark it. I was like, I'll remember what it is, and of course I don't. So I guess I have 2 mystery tomatoes in here, but another small, petite one. And here is Black Seaman tomato, which I'm really excited about. This is another one I've never tried before, as is this. This is my largest tomato so far, tallest I should say, even though I don't know if it's leggy. There's a lot of stem, but it's really tall. I think I'm going to dig it up and put it in a huge planter, because it seems like it's going to be a really tall plant, and I just don't know if it's enough support. But anyway, this is a Purple Russian, and next to it is my Kellogg's breakfast, my favorite. Back here, I've got some garlic and, you know, the weeds, which I will get back and weed whack and mow this weekend. But anyway, some flowers back there, more garlic, which didn't do so well back here for some reason, some nasturtium, a zinnia, and a mystery. I don't know what that is. I know I threw a bunch of seeds in there. Don't know if that's one of these mini weeds or if it's something I planted. Try not to spin so fast this time. Here are my spaghetti squash, which I will be mulching soon because a lot of weeds keep coming up. But I've got 3 angel hair spaghetti squash in here and 3 regular size spaghetti squash, which I think the largest plants are the spaghetti squash and the angel hair, which are smaller sized. I think those are the smaller plants. And I've got some pretty variegated nasturtium in there and some nasturtium over here tucked under a leaf that reseeded itself from last year. Got some cosmos I planted there, and I think some more bachelor button, maybe? I don't know, something. And then I think I sprinkled some cosmos seeds in here, and it was a wildflower bed last year, so there are some little leaves popping up that I don't quite recognize, like this guy, but I think that's a flower, so I'm leaving it in there. And yesterday I put the salvia in as well. Like I said, I want a lot of color in the garden. This is the corn bed, so I think right now there's about 53 corn plants growing in here. I was aiming for 64, but you know, if I get 10 ears of corn, I'll be happy. This is a honeydew green flesh along with a zinnia. So put it in a cage and a half whiskey barrel. So we'll see what happens there. More weeds, more garlic, and more salvia. And I have some petunias with 4 mint plants in here. They seem to be doing well. Excuse my watering can. I had to turn that upside down. Had a tragedy last year of a bird that got stuck in it and died. And this is the bean bed. So I've got some pole beans along here, some borage again that reseeded itself, a bunch of flowers right here in the middle, Again, just really trying to bring in the color, bring in the pollinators. And these are shelling beans, so cowpeas. So all of these are cowpeas. And this one back here that turned purple for some reason. I don't really understand why, but he seems to be lagging. Hopefully it'll be okay. But all along here are Kentucky pole beans and Blue Lake pole beans. The Blue Lakes didn't all come up, so I ordered some old Kentucky pole beans and put those in. And I also tucked in some scarlet runner beans because I just love the flowers, even though it'll probably be too hot for them to produce anything. And there's a bee balm that's been coming back year after year. It's beautiful. It would come after year. I mean year after year because it's perennial, wouldn't it? Okay. So anyway, here we go. Here's some lettuce. I don't know what kind that is. I think that is whatever this is, oak leaf. I think that's what this is. So that's this bright green row back here behind the radishes that will be coming out soon. And a garlic that I missed last year and started sprouting this year. And some radishes that should be ready to come out, if not already ready to come out soon. Actually, they look a nice size, so I could take them out in the next couple of days. I did stick some Space Master cucumbers here, I think. No, I didn't. Again, here's a row of cosmos coming up and the marigolds I stuck in there. Had some red romaine lettuce and some, I have no idea, but it's beautiful and I need to start eating off of it. It's another kind of lettuce right back here. And then the purple bok choy, I had radishes here. I picked all of those. I stuck a Space Master cucumber here. So we'll be seeing those shortly. Here is the zucchini bed again. Stuck a lantana in there. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I love the flowers. I absolutely love them. So I'm excited to see those. I don't know if it needs to be staked to stand up. But anyway, these are the Cocosella di Napoli zucchini and green bush zucchini. I don't know which is which. I didn't really care. I just know they have different leaves. I guess I could look on the seed packets and see what's what, but they are on opposite sides. So Cocosella di Napoli or green bush or opposite, whatever. It's zucchini. And then here is a little baby butternut squash coming up. And I already stuck the cage in because I know it's going to be a big plant. I did have it growing along my fence previously, my garden fence, but the deer ate it. So I'm trying to contain everything within the garden this time. And over here, I have an Anaheim pepper plant and of course a marigold. And a little tiny Boquino yellow pepper. It's a nice little tiny pepper from Peru. So I'm hoping it'll grow. It's very petite, but it's supposed to be a very large plant. So, you know, we've been having cool days and cool nights, so hopefully it'll catch up. Over here is, in the midst of all the flowers that I've planted, which I don't know what that is. Here is a Blacktail Mountain watermelon. There should be another seed coming up here sometime. And then these little flowers, I think these are cosmos. I don't know. I think so. And then these are cosmos for sure. But they have different type of leaves, so I'm really not sure what's what. Anyway, that's the Blacktail Mountain watermelon. Hopefully there'll be 2 in here. It's a nice large container. I believe it's at least 20 gallons. And then over here, more cosmos, obviously. And this is a sweet passion melon. The new version I am trying from Baker Creek. Here is another sweet passion melon that just broke through the dirt. I had some started, but it got really cold and they suffered. Here is a sugar baby bush right here, finally breaking out. And here is a Kajari melon, another new one from Baker Creek. I've never tried it. I'm excited. Don't know if that's weed or flower. This, the maple leaf. Maple seeds pulling out of everywhere. Okay. And then this will be a Minnesota midget. These died, and the ones that I put in here didn't grow. I tried to start some in a baggie, and it, again, didn't grow. So here's another look at all of the parsley. I'm gonna try making dried herbs for the first time because it's just massive. And then I had the nerve to plant a few more plants in here. I did a flat leaf parsley, but I can't see it because of this big guy. So I think I'll need to trim it. It looks like it's gonna start bolting. So I do need to give it a nice trim. Here is, I think this is a, what is it? It's one of the seeds that Baker Creek sent out 4 billion times last year. Black vernissage, that's it. I think this is a black vernissage that reseeded itself. I took it out of the pepper bed because it was right next to where this jalapeno is. I took it out of there. My neighbor said she really liked it last year, so instead of throwing it away, I'm gonna put it in a pot and let it grow. Here's the other Tiny Tim tomato starting to flower. It's looking nice. And there's a lovely slug. He will be killed. And more of the maple seedlings popping up. But that is pretty much it. And here you can see the banana pepper flowering. So everything's looking good so far in the garden. I'm excited to see what the next few weeks will bring.